couch gang. In my case, well, I guess the first joke I planned on doing dovetails well with it, because I like going to burlesque shows that are at a venue just a few blocks from here. And before this Friday's show, there were people dressed up in Halloween costumes, and I didn't recognize all of them at first. And then one of them said that it was an obscure reference on The Simpsons, where it was Ralph Wiggum, the police chief's kid, wearing a sign that said Idaho. And some of the others, yeah, I recognize no problem, like the one that said Quimby, Mayor Quimby, a Ted Kennedy novel. Oh, Quimby! And then they had somebody dressed like Marge, and I think they may have had Duff Man there for Duff Beer. Of course, I like whenever anybody helps me with a Simpsons episode reference. Then again, they carry just about everything, so I don't need all that much help to get there. Yes, I love burlesque shows. I know some people don't know how to respond to hearing that I attend them. I know some people just write it off as, they're just stripping. No. They don't take everything off. I mean, I call myself a stodgy academic, I majored in history. So I call it a thinking man strip show because they still leave something to the imagination. And yes, I am a man. I've been to strip clubs. If I wanted to see them take everything off, I know what places I can go to. But the showrunner at this one, said when there was an attractive young lady on stage was, cover your eyes. Why? She's young enough to be your daughter. And it's like, I don't have any kids. And I'm not married, so I can still look. It's pretty normal for an older man to want to look at a younger woman. When an older woman likes to date younger men, they call it cougar, but there's no equivalent term for a man doing the same thing. I know, some would call that double standard, but, well, I didn't make that rule. So there was burlesque. And it's Halloween season, so that meant that I've done both be a patron at Haunted House and do some acting at another one. And it's fun to do both. When I'm a patron, it's kind of fun to just walk through and then just wave them saying, hi, 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 meaning you probably tried to scare me, but you didn't. And in many cases with haunted houses, especially if the performers can't touch you, it's more for teenage girls to scream. I'm aware of that when I've walked through there before. And I know I've even said in some places, in terms of how they try to scare people, like have somebody start up a chainsaw, and it's like, the sound of a chainsaw doesn't scare me. I had chainsaws when I was a kid. It just reminds me of being a kid. I know what they sound like. And yes, acting at a haunted house. There's so much that I like about it. I mean, I get to put on a costume, be put in makeup, get to be somebody else for a while. I get a free meal. I have something to do for the night as well. And all that is really good for me. I like being occupied with some type of activity. One friend said, of course you've been to all your class reunions. You like having something to do, and he's right. But I also like knowing when I've done my job well. And I do my job well when I'm acting in a haunted house, and I count how many people end up swearing at me because it means I scared them, and I'm supposed to scare them. And it's the typical swear words, two in particular, but I actually got a third one as well, which was probably better than the other two. Yeah, I like kind of skirting around that one where you can leave it up to your own imagination as to what those words were. I also like doing karaoke, so after I was done acting at a haunted house, I did that. I found a venue that was still open for the night. And I thought it was appropriate that I did what I consider to be a Halloween theme song. I did Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. And that was in the first Halloween movie. But I know that whenever I hear the song on the radio, I don't think of it in those terms. I think of another movie it was in. The movie about Herb Brooks, the coach of the Miracle on Ice hockey team. It was in that too. And I remember the preview for where one of the players said, looks like we got a lot of guys from Minnesota and Boston. Yeah, that'll work. they said that Herb Brooks had made himself the enemy, so they went into fighting with each other. It's like, well, I guess whatever works on getting them to win and work like a team. Well, sometimes I have to be dragged into trying new things, but like most dudes, sometimes the reason is to impress a lady. So that would explain why I finally signed on to Skype. Yes, I finally done that, and I don't know how far behind I am compared to other people on that. But with some of the ladies I'm dating, I know it works well on doing Skype, especially if they don't want to pay for an internet dating membership. We just have to be aware of the time difference if they happen to be in a foreign country. I've had to let them know, oh, it's after midnight. I think I'll have to say this is it for now, but great chatting with you. It's like, oh, forgot about the time difference. No big deal. Even one of them wished me as sweet as dreams. Yes, sometimes I cover my dreams if I can remember what they were, and I try to analyze my own dreams, which is probably weird on its own merits. But I have a friend in St. Louis, and I had to tell her, you were in one of my dreams. No, not that kind. And she laughed about that one. I just said it was that we were in the same elementary school class, even though we were adult age. And I said, I don't know what that means other than I would have liked being friends with you a lot earlier in life, but we didn't become friends until after I turned 30. So people can take that whatever way they want. And one vivid dream I had just last night was I was riding a bicycle. Nothing unusual there, except I haven't owned one in a while. So I don't know what that means, other than the Sierra Club has invited me to bicycling outings and I keep turning them down, and that's one of the reasons I don't own a bicycle. But I could probably go rent one if I wanted to. Well, I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you, you've been great.